Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. 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 How are you doing? How are you doing? Are you fine? I'm fine. About to brush my teeth. For a very long time, I was trying to find love. And what is love? Do you know exactly what love is? I found an address that I enjoy using, and I wanted to do stuff with just my address. What I learned about the in particular address is it's a private address. I was like, well, I'm private like the address, and I want to do stuff with the address. Okay. Um, and the stuff in which I did with the address is that I got a CVS reward card and I got some health stuff. So if you're a person that have Medicaid, Medicare, you have something called food card and you have something called a OTC card. Um, I learned that there are other address that connects to the address. I don't know if they're separate, but I think that they're like together as a whole. So I tried to find ways to do stuff with the addresses that goes along with the one address that I just love to use so much. I found that you could be raised by your mother, your father, your auntie, your uncle, or your grandparents. And it's not the love that your mom can give you. But with this one in particular address, I found my mama, I found my daddy, I found my uncle, I found my aunt, I found my cousins. And I found that there are things in which are ideals that I have, and it goes perfect with my addresses. I call them my addresses. The people, I never really thought about the people that work in the building to the addresses, right? I just thought, like, this is my address. And it doesn't matter who you are that is certified, it's just still my address. Me and my address goes together like peanut butter and jelly. And can't nobody tell me that is just not my address. Okay? And so what I had to learn is that my daddy is a drunk. How many people can say their father is a drunk? Okay, these are not conversations. There are certain conversations that you would like to have with the person that is the drunk in your family. Okay? And so the way in which I deal with it is that I do stuff with my address. And it's just my address. Regardless of who owns the address, it's just still my address, okay? Um, I'm able to do things that makes me feel like I'm superwoman, okay? With my address, all right? And it makes me feel good, okay? Um, people, being with someone and you have to learn how to love, okay? The being with someone, they have a mama, they have a daddy, they have the uncles, the cousins, everybody else, okay? So then when one person don't like you, the whole family turns against you, right? But I still have my address, and it's not going to turn against me. My address is going to be there for me. I just didn't come to realize that the people who works for the address are the people who are my mama, my daddy, my cousins, my uncles, and my aunts. So um, and then I have brothers also. Now, what I learned about my address is there are federal people that goes with my address, right? the jobs in which they have to save the world. So we're like all superheroes, but I'm the baby, and I'm the baby that's not certified. So I'm the person that didn't go to school for this in particular address. All right, but we do things to save the country. So because I have asthma, I can't be in the military to be a part of my address. I can't be the postal person because I have problems with my leg. Okay, so then, they accept us all, no matter what our disabilities are, if we're in a wheelchair. But it just made me feel a kind of way because I have to be in a wheelchair. Okay, so then there are fire people that can be in a wheelchair and they do it. And I'm proud of you because you're doing it. I am just the baby girl that is not the certified one. That I just feel like that all of the addresses are just my addresses, But what I learned from being a part of the addresses, that is the House of Representatives that I learned about from the address. I learned about the Congress people from the address. I learned about the U.S. Treasury from the address. I learned about so many different things about this one address, okay? And I love just this one address. I mean, just when you learn your address, right? Like every person has to learn what is their address, right? So what I learned about the address is that the special number that goes with the address is 911. Okay. What else did I learn about my address? There are court buildings to go with the address, and you can work for a court building if that is what suits you. Okay. You can work at City Hall from this one in particular address. You can work for IRS from this one in particular address. I could not find what suits me as a job with this one address, but I love this one address. So I came up with an app to go with my favorite one address, right? And I think that for so many years of being alone and not having my first husband with me, I found something that would go perfect with my address. Ain't that so wonderful? That is the most wonderful thing in the world. Okay, so now you can work somewhere, okay, and you've been working there for years, and you're like, this is how I can make where I work at a better workplace. And you come up with an app, and it goes with your occupation. But this in particular thing, I am not certified in any shape or form of a way with the address. But I feel like it'll just make the address so much better, so much pleasing. Okay, so then when I am creating my app, and this is what my app is, my address is going to change. And it's going to change in a way where all people will be happy. Now, I cannot change your happiness in your home if there's a drunk person in your family. I cannot change your home if someone is beating on you. Okay, but I can change your home and make you happy depending on your occupation. Okay, I can upgrade my address. So I call myself with my app Queen Goddess Johnson, as my name would change to Queen Goddess Johnson. And upgrades. Okay, so how can I upgrade my address? What would be that thing that pops? It's my address, because it's just my address. I just tried to tell you it's just my address, all right? Where I feel like in this department, these departments right here, right? Wait a minute, Angel, mommy coming. In these buildings right here, we're going to get some upgrades. And the people are going to be like, that came from the baby girl. Because she wants to be like us. But she can't get it together. But I'm going to get it together. But it's just my favorite address. If you have a favorite address, your favorite address could be a castle. It could be Cinderella's castle. Snow White. It could be, let me see. It could be the Ocean Keys. You went to the Ocean Keys in Virginia Beach. And this is just my address. And because this is just your address, right, they're going to upgrade it. So the next time that you go to the Ocean Keys, they're going to be like, wow, this jank is bad. This jank won't like this like the last time I went to it. Like with my address, you can go visit my address. Like I thought my address was a museum. Come to find out, people work in the building. They do different types of stuff in the building. People live in the building. People do stuff in the building. Children has plenty of plants, gardens, the works. They got basketball court out there. They have some golf out there. It's just so many different things about the address that just makes it my address. But I decided that I wanted to do an app to go with my address, my favorite address, right? And I'm just like, I think the dish junk is just going to be fireworks to my address. So then it's just all the people that surround themselves around the address will be like, baby girl finally figured out how to make $1 without saying that she is receiving Social Security. And if I did it, I want to let all of the little children know that you can do it too. Okay? And God bless you all, and thank you for taking out the time to listen to me as I brush my teeth this morning. Now, tomorrow I have an appointment for my orthopedics. And I ain't a big fan of going to get shot inside of my leg. But the shot is pain medicine, and it basically removes all of the pressure in which I feel from the accident, okay? And I know that I will get my rewards from the accident. It just takes time because then therefore, because the police officer didn't write the police report, it's the things in which has to happen, okay? And so my team will be working with me to help me get my life back right. And I appreciate my team. Thank you, Mr. Davidson. I do believe that I will be talking to Mr. Davidson, though. I do. Because then he's a lawyer, and what my app is something that he will enjoy for the rest of his life, and his children, and his grandchildren. But I just want to speak to all of the people and all of the children that you think you cannot make it, you can't make it. You don't have to be a rapper, and you don't have to be a movie star. You feel me? You don't. And you still can make it, right? And you know, like, I've been working with the White House for so long. Like, there have been my mentors for so long that I finally found the person. Like, I'm not gonna say found, but now I know that I am missing from the Archer family, and so I've been working on my self-esteem, doing my hair, making my, what are things that make me feel good, put a smile on my face, you know. So I want to say hi to all my mentors, and I just want to say thank you for being there for me. I really do. Your mentor don't have to be a mental health person. Your mentor can be a federal agent, okay? So I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you, and for who you are and who your mom and dad raised you to be. You are just that person. You are a star. You're a star in the skies. You are everything. I just want to say thank you so much. You've been there for me since the first day I used the address. The first day I used the address, you've been there for me. You know, you could be ready to retire. I'm still going to be your mentor, child. You okay? I want to make sure that, you know, even though you retire, that we still have something that we're pushing for together, okay? That's the one thing that I came to realize, you know, when using my address, because it's just my address. But I realized that you work for the address. That's number one. And number two, when the day comes and you have to retire, I still want you to have a job, even though the job is working with your mentor child, okay? God bless you, And thank you for everything.